Hey guys, we're gonna take our crime hunt to Washington, D.C. And a guy commented, I said that Richmond is about an hour away from D.C., and some guy from D.C. jumped in the comments. Oh, if you're in a helicopter. Look, man, I don't have to tell you the exact mileage. I'm from Richmond. D.C. is close. It's within 2 hours away from my city. I can say it's 1 hour away because I'm in the area. I'm from the DMV. I can say that. If I were in Wisconsin saying that, then you can check me. But I can say that. You're supposed to hold me down, not try to embarrass me, my brother. Now, let's check it. DC Metro bus attack. 2 adults arrested in brutal assault on woman where bus driver failed to act. The Metro Transit Police have arrested 2 adults in connection with the assault of a woman on a Washington, D.C. Metro bus. In Friday news release, authorities said hold on. In a Friday news release, the authorities said the name of 2 suspects, 27-year-old Imani Hubbard and 35-year-old Terry Barnes. Hubbard is from Southeast D.C., Barnes is from Wilson, North Carolina. Video taken from cameras on a W4 Metro bus helped detectives identify the suspects, as well as video from a passenger who witnessed the attack. Okay? Disturbing video shows group dragging woman off a D.C. Metro bus. Should I play that? An investigation was launched after the witness video surfaced, and the Metro Transit Police said they were later contacted by the victim, Kyla Thurston, to report the incident. Thurston says she got into a verbal altercation with a group of juveniles at around 4 p.m. on Monday after asking them to stop cursing. The situation escalated, and the group began to hurl objects at her before physically pushing her off the bus at one of the stops. The suspects are among 8 individuals believed to have taken part in the attack, including the juveniles. An internal investigation found the bus driver did not follow proper procedure, and police said appropriate administrative action will be taken. All right. Police said that a bulletin reminding all Metro bus operators of protocols for onboard disturbances was circulated this week, and that the department is stepping up the patrols on the W4. All right. So yeah, man. Hold on. Here it is, right here. 1 second. Audio will play shortly. You know, these websites, their video playback is always kind of messed up and laggy.
Here's Crime Crisis tonight, a brutal example of the mayhem happening in many cities and towns across the country. Lucas Tomlinson is in Southeast Washington, where the crime occurred, with the video, which you may find disturbing.
A 42-year-old woman assaulted on a D.C. bus in broad daylight after asking a group of teens to stop using vulgar language. Not one passenger stood up to help.
All right, so I can relate to this because my dad retired from the bus in Richmond, Virginia. He drove the city bus for 40 years, and he taught for 40 years. He's still teaching. He would go teach from 7 in the morning to about 4 in the evening and drive the bus from about 4 in the evening to 3 in the morning. And in order for me to spend time with my pops, I had to be on the bus with him. And we witnessed a lot on the bus, you know, from road rage incidents, like just being at a red light. I've been at a red light on the bus, and we've actually seen someone get killed. Somebody was at the red light, and a car had like a little small accident, a fender bender, right? They weren't paying attention. There was a red light, and they bumped into somebody at the red light. You know, that person got out. Both of them started arguing. A woman passed a pistol to her man. She had it in her pocketbook. It was as if they had this rehearsed. She strategically passed the pistol to her man, and the people that he was arguing with didn't even notice. He pulled out the gun, shot him in the head, and they ran. And I seen that on the bus. And you got to understand, these buses are going through the projects. They're going through all the bad neighborhoods. The killers, the robbers, the thieves are catching the bus. So why do you think that bus driver is supposed to be Superman? People have guns on those buses. That bus driver doesn't have a weapon. Some bus drivers have weapons, but at the end of the day, man, I think you're putting too much responsibility in the hands of a bus driver because they're people just like anybody else. And if you've got multiple teenagers, you got, like in this incident, you had over 8 people beating that woman up. What was that bus driver supposed to do? He was going to get himself injured. You understand what I'm saying? Realistically, they need to put a security guard on these buses. You know, these bus companies make a lot of money, and I think that they can afford to have an armed security on every single bus, or at least armed security on the dangerous bus routes. Because, like I said, man, being on that bus, we encountered everything from homicides, just looking out the bus window, and that's kind of poetic. You know, I was gonna write a book one time called "Looking Out the Bus Window," because just looking out that window as that bus is cruising, we've seen homicides, robberies. Back in the '90s is when I first started riding the bus when I was about 5. So back then, guys were hustling on the block. We used to see guys fighting over drug sales. We used to see guys beating up their fiends and their addicts. You know, I mean, I've seen a lot. And you got to understand that the bus is in the heart of the hood. You're picking up all the criminals, all the murderers, all the robbers. And it's not realistic to expect that bus driver to be Superman. Give that man an armed security, then maybe things can change. Peace to the bus drivers. And yeah, man, crime is on the rise, man. Anywhere you go, you can get into a situation where your life is at risk. So if you see a group of teenagers or some young guys cussing like this woman did, don't say nothing. Let them cuss. Let them be unruly, because if you confront these people, they're gonna beat you up because they've never been confronted before. Their own parents can't even confront them. Their own parents can't confront them, or they'll get beat up. So you think you're gonna tell these unruly teenagers to stop cussing, and they're gonna say, "Okay"? No, they're gonna kill you. So please don't do that. And thank God that woman is alive. Shout out to DC though.